Man of the Year is one of those films that could have had so much potential. And, I feel like the execution of the narrative is relatively decent, but I think they could have done a bit more with it. I have to say that the cast of this is absolutely beautiful and definitely the biggest pull factor. So this was released in 2006, written and directed by Barry Levinson, and stars my favourite actor of all time, Robin Williams, as Tom. We also have Christopher Walken and Laura Linney, Jeff Goldblum, Tina Fey and Amy Poehler, who played themselves. Big fans of both of those, particularly Tina Fey. But ultimately, it was Robin Williams that led me to watch this. And it certainly sounds interesting, and I guess it kind of is. So the description from IMDb is as follows. A comedian who hosts a news satire program decides to run for president, and a computerized voting machine malfunction gets him elected. Now, this was 2006, but I think we can say in more recent times that a comedian running a satire program is in a much better position to be a successful president than some of the more recent offerings. I also have to point out, me being British, it's quite interesting to see the whole the election process and the campaigning and things. Obviously, I see that on the TV, but it's not something that I'm as aware of as the way it's done in the UK. So I'm just assuming that it's relatively accurate in the process. But if you have any comments to make on that, let me know. But it is a comedy. It's not meant to be taken too seriously, though we do get elements of drama. And I think of all of the funny Robin Williams films, and it is quite entertaining. It's one of the ones that could be analysed in an exceptionally serious way. Especially in light of the last 4 or 5 years, or however long it's been. Thank goodness for Biden, that's all I can say. I think the reason it works for me is because Robin Williams, who plays our Man of the Year, Tom Dobbs, is brilliant. I mean, if Robin Williams is going to play a comedian, all boundaries are going to be pushed. He is going to be funny as a character with a script written for him. He is going to be funny as the actor, Robin Williams. And because he's being put in such a very odd position, of being kind of accidentally elected, he's in a very interesting situation, and he has a lot of power to use this comedy. It's good. The narrative is something I didn't really... I had no idea what the narrative would be like, what the kind of situations would be, what he'd get up to. And that works well for me because it was full of surprises. The narrative developed really well. It kept me on my toes. It kept me engaged. I think the blend of comedy and drama both worked really well. I'd say it's probably maybe a 50-50 split between it being funny and being serious. In fact, no, I'd say it's definitely more funny. The costumes are brilliant. There's a lot of red, white and blue in this, which it just gives it such a lovely colour palette that works really well, and there are obvious reasons for that. As a Brit, what do I think? Yeah, I really like it. I don't think you need to be American to like it. I know that sounds like I'm stating the obvious, but you do get those the films that are about elections and things, and sometimes they're just so American that I don't understand everything that's going on because there are so many intricacies with this kind of thing. But it's easy to follow, it's enjoyable, it's engaging, great variety of locations and set designs. Everything worked really well for me. Robin Williams is brilliant. Not my favourite of his films, but it's a contender for maybe the top 50%. Man of the Year, pretty decent film.